All right, thanks for coming back to the channel. I've got something, I've had this for about a month now, and I got a great deal on it. So I've ordered some parts. It has taken about 3 weeks to come in, and I want to film it because it's actually something, this is fun for me. I like doing these kind of things. And I also want to show you guys that it doesn't take, you don't have to spend all the money in the world to have nicer stuff, I guess I should say. A little bit of elbow grease and some little bit of parts, new decals, some paint will go a long way. So, brand new, my brand new Miller Matic 252 welder. Well, new to me anyway. So, I purchased this for about $1,000. Now, this thing welds beautifully. I brought welding gas and some wire to the gentleman who's selling it. And the thing welds great. It has been in production line welding, so it looks nasty. I mean, it's rusty and dented, and really the wheels are encased in metal, you know, just slag, basically. So what I'm going to do, I ordered, see if you can tell, the welding cards are all burnt out and chewed up. So I put the serial number into Miller's website, and they actually give you a breakdown, so you can order the exact part numbers for your welder. So I ordered a new set of sheets, you know, for, it tells you, like, if you're using this kind of wire, what wire speed and what amperage to use to weld the thickness of plate. These are kind of chewed up. These were relatively inexpensive, so I ordered those. I ordered a new lid and a new outer face shield because it's actually cracked up here. These were not much money. I've got, for the new exterior housing, some decals, the new weld sheets. I want to say this was like 240 bucks. So I bought some paint as well. Let me grab that. From my local welding supply, I ordered, this was a little challenging to look up, but I ordered 2 cans of Miller, the actual Miller spray paint, 098205 is the color. This was $33 a can. I got 2 of them just in case. I'm sure it'll only take 1. And I did buy some automotive grade clear, 2K clear. It's the same stuff that's on your car. So once we're done, we can clear this thing down, and if it gets overspray on it or grease or gunk or whatever from welding, it's not going to screw it up. So, but having said this, this is because this is what I like to do. I'll take this thing and make it look brand new. Now, these things are about $5 grand, brand new. Well, I can't afford to spend $5,000 on a welder. But I'm in it for like 1,300 bucks, give or take. I've got that kind of money to spend on this thing, and when I'm done with it, I'm pretty sure I'd have no problem putting it back on the internet and selling it for $300 to $3,500. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it in service on the 36. So let's start by tearing it apart and see what it comes with. All right, so the first thing I want to do is get all the metal off of it so I can get it sanded down and get some paint on there. So let's just start pulling things apart. Where can I put all the bolts? I'm going to instantly put over here. I'll lose all them later. All right, let's get this off. Now, on the inside of here, it says 9-08. The guy that I bought it off of told me that it was a 2008 model. So, I'm guessing that it's September of 2008, which is crazy That means there's 3 birthdays in a family that are in September. Kind of neat. Get them out of the way. Yeah, all right. We'll get this figured out how this hinge comes off here. Get it up on the table. Let's get the other side off. Ooh, boy, look at that. That is nasty. There's a wiring schematic inside the case here. Let me spin this around so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Now, I'll take some compressed air and blow everything out, but I am not touching or getting into any of this. This thing works great. I'm not going to screw with it, but man, oh man, it is dirty. I don't think this thing's ever been blown out. There's a heat sink down here. It's probably full of dirt and debris. But yeah, I want to... How do these come off? Looks like it comes off from the back side. I've got, like I said, I've got a new... complete new housing, a panel for the front. This one is really... I mean, it's hard to tell, but the slag has just cooked the outside. So I want to get it off, and then we get these handles off, and then I'm going to blow it out, and this will all clean up pretty nice. I kind of tested a piece with some tub of towels, but let's see what we got here. What are these? Probably fill hips. Nope, I was wrong. All right. I don't know how that comes apart. There's one, that's not that. That's off. We will give these a light scuff and some new paint, make them look brand new. How in the world is this thing come off of here? Yeah, there's a line cleaner that's hard as a rock. So let's put that back. That comes off there. Pretty easy. I'm not going to take the knobs or the front cover off. Like I said, it should clean up pretty good. What are these on there? Little push tabs. Those are off. All right, so what is holding? Looks like just those 2 bottom screws. Let me see if I can grab something. Smaller than that. That's not it. What is going on here? I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna need a light and my glasses. Huh. Bigger than 5/16. Oh no, that's it. It's just in there. Nope, that's not right. I don't know what's happening here. How is that? Is it metric? Ten's not doing it. 9 appears way too small. Maybe. This thing was flying apart, and then all of a sudden, two screws I can't get out. No idea what size they are. Not a 3/8. Everything else on this thing was a 3/8. I can't get a 3/8 on it. It's not a 5/16. And it's the only 2 screws hold the thing in there. What is your problem? I don't understand. I don't get it. Why? Huh. I don't get it. That's hot. they're getting real close to getting drilled out, I can tell you that. Yeah. Yep, let me, I got a tool I think I can easily take care of this. Oh, got it. Now, do you want to cooperate here a little better, maybe? Okay. I think what happened, somebody had this cover off before, and I put the wrong bolts on, and it was a bigger shouldered bolt than it needed, and so it basically just kind of wedged the plastic around it, so you couldn't actually get the head of the thing on there. So I just maybe impacted them in real tight and left it. So sometimes you're going to have that on something somebody's been in before. They, replace the hardware with nails or different screws or whatever. Oh, okay. Yep. This was supposed to be an easy video. There we go. Finally. All right. All right, let me get a dustpan and clean up this mess. And then we can start really just cleaning this thing up, because the new one will go right back on here. I'll blow it out after we get this mess blowed up. I don't want to blow the stuff everywhere. I think I got an idea for the wheels. Now, these wheels look a little different to me. They look a little hot rod, I think. So we may just do some painting, see what happens. A little customizing, if you will. And one thing you don't want to do, if you're running a grinder, or if you got a saw nearby or anything like that, you don't want metal dust in your welder. Because see these boards inside here? They're not cheap. Now, this you can, if something goes wrong with this welder, I can send it down to CK Welding and they will refurbish it. They'll go through it and do whatever's needed. Thing of it is, this is a bank of capacitors. They're not going to sell you just one. They're going to sell you the whole plate, the whole bank. It ain't going to be cheap. The boards in here, there's 2 of them here. They're not going to be cheap. When you're blasting grinder shavings and dust everywhere, those things can lay inside this board. Well, metal dust is basically, it conducts electricity. So you can short this board out just by having, your fans back here. Looks like it probably pushes air this way. You can blow metal dust in here, it lands on here, and all of a sudden your welder doesn't work. So it is a good idea to blow these things out and clean them up. My TIG welder is a Miller. It's a Synchrowave 250. Every couple of years, I'll pull it apart, pull the cover off, clean it, blow it out real good, just from shop dust, you know, air blowing things around. That fan's on, it'll pull the stuff in. So it's a good idea to keep your stuff clean. Better for the longevity of it too. So let's get this swept up. All right, we'll dispose of that later. Let's get some shop air. This thing is nasty. Say it's working. I grab a clean shop towel. Really hope this is coming out on camera, but man, this thing just looks brand new. There's a little bit of scratching down here, but I don't think you're going to see that, honestly. Clean this guy off real quick. And I know there's some people saying, who cares? The thing works. Who cares? Well, I do. I work hard for my money. I try to spend it as wise as I can on tooling. I'll wait a long time to buy something. It'll be a thing. Like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And finally, I'll come across a deal, or sometimes, in some cases, I have to buy things new. I don't really care for that. Now, like the bender I bought, actually early this year I bought that. I bought it brand new because the prices of them used are within $100. So just send me the new one. It's fine. Things like this, I can't, there's no way I can afford a $5,000 welder, especially as a hobby. I do this is my hobby. I don't do this as a business. So I have to be, you know, I guess frugal? I don't know if that's the right word. But this thing will clean up real nice. It'll sit next to the other two welders over there that are in really good condition, clean condition, that I've had for a long time. But I just like taking care of my tools, honestly. I'll clean this down while we're here. I'm not going to give too much in depth on the inside of this thing. It's not that bad for some reason. I guess the outer layer took all the heavy beating. All right, I'm gonna grab the new case here. Should be able to go on. I gotta put all this stuff through here. Even this, it's hard to tell, but this has like just a sticky, gooey coating on it. I'm gonna clean that down. Hopefully I don't break it before I get it on. see, that goes this side. Am I hitting or not hitting here? Ow, bit me. What's happening? Oh, well, this has to go up first. So it looks like the handles actually hold this on, but I mean, already. Now there's one thing I did notice that I forgot to buy is this decal. Where's the other case at? Actually, I forgot to buy two decals. There's one down here you can barely see that's the off on and tells you where the spool gun will hook up to. This decal here. Forgot to buy this. And when I went online to try to buy this, I can buy it, but this just little decal that tells you what it is $55. So I'm going to try to get it off here, and then when I ruin it, then I'll go buy one. But I'm going to try it first. So let's see, it's all looking good. That shuts nice. Now, I'm going to put two of the screws we have in the bottom. With the correct socket, which I've already lost. Our socket's already stuck. That's great. So we might do something a little different here. Give me my socket back. Thank you. So I'm not really sure what the deal is, but it's the same problem as the other one. This is the socket for this bolt. But down at the bottom here, you can't even push the socket all the way in far enough for the bolt to travel without bobbing out on the sides or gripping on the sides. So we're gonna have the same issue as they did putting this thing together. So what I think I'm gonna do is get a Phillips head screw, this thread pitch. That way I can just tighten them up at the bottom. So we'll get to that at a later date. But I'm going to clean these cables up, and then I'm going to start sanding the tins down. There's a dent I need to take out too. And then I will probably pull the casters off because, man, they're just chunked up with, I don't know if you can see these casters or not. But they are just chunked up with just welding slag and everything else. And they're not going to roll very well. Good. Roll very well? Roll very good? Will? I don't know. It's late. But yeah, they are just rough as crazy. What a wheel pattern. I have an idea. This to me looks like a, you know, American racing wheel. So might do something a little different there. A little custom, if you will. So, Let's get you back here, get you back there. And that's pretty good. And we'll get this stuff up here. Turn this off. We can paint them tonight too. I'll paint those as well tonight, but I want to clean these out real quick. Clean these connectors or clean these cables because I'm really tired of touching them. They're just ooey. So I think one of the easiest and best ways to clean this kind of things, cables, spark plug wires, hoses. If you've got some, nasty, like my air hoses, they'll get nasty. I'll just basically take some goop hand cleaner because it's a non-pumice and in a rag, wipe it on there, and man, they come super clean. So let's get that done real quick. Look at that. Now, again, it's a thing where if I have to drag this welder lead across some carpet or, a nice surface, whatever, I don't want my welder leads ruining a seat or something nice. I don't want them getting all dirty. Then I got to go back and clean the interior. That's just why. Just keep the stuff clean. Wipe it down every once in a while. I think it's time for a new rag. It's easy to see where I left off at. Man, look at that. Now, this is an aftermarket welding lead on here. I can't really read the name. It's a German company. Brentel, maybe? I don't know. But it doesn't really matter. It still needs to be clean. Why do I keep throwing rags? All right, I get to the head, I'm gonna do the same thing. Just clean everything down real good. This also works really good for like those old nasty GM steering wheels that get sticky and, nasty. You know the ones I'm talking about. This does wonders. I need some more towels. This one has screw-on, thread-on gas shields, or whatever it's called. I don't know. And I don't care. But, man, that is just so much nicer. All right, I'm going to knock out the ground cable here. We're going to loop this up around so we're not dragging it through the dirt pile we've created. But I'm gonna knock out this ground cable. When we come back, we'll be we're going to get sanding on the tins here. Get these down. I'm not gonna go down. What does it say? Consolidated Maui Quincy, Consolidated something Quincy, Illinois. Mawa, M-A-W-A, or it could be a U. Consolidated. I have to look that up. But anyway, I'm not going to go down to bare metal. I want to get down, get these rust, you know, the rust and chunks and out of here. Really just smoothed and able for the new paint to stick. I'll do, you know what? I'm not going to do both sides. I'm going to clean this side and do the exterior. That way we can keep this sane, whatever. All right, as you can see, I've already started running these over the DA. Like I said, I'm going to paint the outside. I'm going to leave the inside, the factory color. It's got some, you know, original insignias on it, where the original manufacturer was, and also the cool date that the date really gets me. I like the date. That's awesome. Anyway, so I'm going to leave those. Start over the outside. There's some dents I had to take out. No big deal, but I'm just cruising over this in a 320 just to give the new paint some bite and knock off some of the rust and scale and all the, I mean, this is what it used to look like, the top of this. Actually, I've already cleaned it with some acetone just to get the grease off of it. But I'm going to go ahead and get you up there a little better, maybe. Maybe not. And so you can see what's going on here. All right, like I said, some 320. There's still some pretty big gouges and scrapes in here, but I mean, I'm not really gonna worry too much about it. This thing's not, it's gonna go right there in the corner, and that's gonna be it. But you know, I'm not taking it on the welding tour of America, so. It's gonna be inside, I think. That's gonna do it. Some dents I took out before. All right, I'm going to clean these panels up and wipe them down with, I don't know if I have any wax oil and grease remover. If I don't have that, I'll use some spray away, glass cleaner. Be right back. Hear noises, sorry. Oh, that was horrible. Let's put this one aside. Dry. Ow. My shoulders gave out. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. That hurts. I can't do that. I wish that looked a little better, but I'm not going to, I can get aggressive at it, take it down to bare metal, and, feather it on this edge here, but I think that's getting really too involved. So I'll paint it and then wish I had actually done it that later. Is typically how I do things. And then every time I use the welder, I'll just regret not doing it all the way down to bare metal. All right, let me get my paint booth set up. And by that I mean some cardboard on the floor. And I'll be right back. All right, we got our paint booth set up, and I went ahead and hit a couple areas, spot primed a couple areas. I sanded through. There's high spots, whatever. So I'm trying to get the rust and everything out. So, all right, yeah, we're gonna use our Miller blue, and I'm going to paint the black, I don't know what you call them, the things you pull handles, or maybe the cord wrap up handles, I'm not really sure. I got some black caliper paint. It's got ceramic in it, I guess. I don't know. We're going to use it, and hopefully it works good. But we'll get a good shake on here for 2 minutes. Let our primer dry. Yeah. well, that is going to do it for tonight. We're going to let this sit and just get super dry and hard. And tomorrow I'll be coming back out. We're gonna clear everything with like an automotive style clear, like 2K clear. But first, I want to actually do some. I want to touch up the rear. We'll take the wheels off and touch up the pan where the tank goes. But all in all, it's turned out pretty good. While I was waiting for the tack coat to clear, I was able to get my expensive decal off. Just basically using a torch and heat in the back of the old panel, was able to free up the glue, pull it off. So saved myself 55 bucks. You know, that's great. I was not able to get, there's a decal that goes down here that tells you that you can hook a spool gun here, and this is the on-off switch. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to save that decal. It just tore up on me, but honestly, if you can't figure out how to turn a welder on, you don't need to be welding. So that's where we're going to end it for tonight, and see you guys in the morning. All right, welcome back. It is tomorrow, and I came out here a little early to the garage and put the clear coat on the blue panels we painted last night. I wanted to get them to have a good chance to dry before I proceeded. So I went ahead and knocked it out. I painted the back. Let me get you in here. I painted the bottle tray where the bottle goes, and then went ahead and removed the wheels. And, you know, I mean, hot rod, right? So we're going to go ahead and, I did this one already, just chucked it up on the lathe and got as much of the, you know, embedded metal in there I could out with a file. So this one, I mean, it's just, you can tell, but it is caked in there. So let's try to make it better. So we'll finish it up real quick. We'll get the wheels back on and start bolting panels on. Where cast coat aluminum paint sticks to our new hot rod welder wheel. Oh yeah, stuff's everywhere. Not 100%, but I mean, it's gonna do the job. You know, we're gonna roll around and get our stuff embedded in there too, but at least it'll roll nice and smooth. Before it was just trying to roll this thing around on like rocks and stuff. So let me get this thing washed up. All right, we're back from the house. Got it all cleaned up for the most part. So it already looks way better, just clean. I don't know. All right, we'll take some fine line tape and tape off our rim from our tire. Alright, let's throw some tape. Pieces of tape on the outside. I don't know if I got it left here or not. All right, back to our spray booth. Right there. Little engine cast coat aluminum. All right, we're going to give that no time to dry. Done. Let it slide on, and then I have the clips and washers. That's that. All right, done and done. Oh, I kind of like it. A little different. Now we can go ahead and start putting our sheet metal back on. I'm going to start with the handles here. Don't fall. All right. All right. Let's grab our bottom piece first. A few more bolts. Oh, that's why it's not fitting in. Gotta go over the tire. Or in between the tire, rather. Still gotta get the bottom two bolts in here. I haven't found them yet. Actually, I haven't looked for them yet. Already been to the hardware store once today and still couldn't come back with them, but it's fine. Grab. I got 3 bolts here for some reason. Looks like I only need 3 bolts. Cool. Oh no. There it is. All right. Cover. It'd probably look a lot better without a fingerprint right on top. But whatever. Did it run off too? All right, it was just here. Go ahead and tighten all these guys up. Sure did it. Man, that looks good. All right, let's throw our decals on there. Clear coat is just a little soft yet, so I'm trying to refrain. I've already put a couple fingerprints in it, which who cares? You know, this isn't, again, this isn't, it's not going anywhere. But I do have some decals somewhere. Let me run and grab them real quick. We'll get them on here and throw some wire in it and see how it does. Be right back. Went ahead and stuck that guy there. Now, unfortunately, this had different year logos. It had the, I don't even remember what it said anymore. I think Miller-O-Matic 252, and then I think it had like the American flag behind it. I can't get that decal, or at least it didn't seem like I could get that decal. So I had to buy the newer version, which it is what it is. But I do have these guys. And I believe this will go right in this corner, about like so. Let's see, is it the whole thing you peel? I'm not good at decals or stickers or vinyl or tint. Usually I end up just ripping it all down in a rage and paying someone to do it. Let's see what kind of sticker this is. Come on, come on, come on, give it to, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, barely made it. Come on, R, get there, get there, get there. Yeah, exactly. Come on. Try a different angle. There, it wants to play. All right. Alrighty. I'm just going to get them on there close for now, because I said the clear coat's still a little damp. I don't want to make it look too funky. We'll come back when it's good and dry and wipe this thing down real good and make sure the decals are fully permanently pressed on. But you can see here just where I touched it, which, whatever, it is what it is. It's a welder. It's going to get dirty, but I mean, getting there. Let's try the other side real quick. And of course, I only bought one of the Miller-O-Matic decals that goes here because, well, that's what I do. So I just ordered one. It'll be here a couple days, but no big deal. All right. Now, I do have one more decal to put on here, and it's a safety warning decal, which I'm going to put it on because I ordered it. It's what was on there before. I don't know. It's the electric shock can kill. Incorrect input power connections can injure or damage equipment. Well, it's going to go right there, I believe. I think it goes that way. I think it goes that way. I really don't want my fingerprints in this thing. Yeah, we'll get them out of there. Yep, I'm going to put that dude right there. Right back where it's supposed to live. Cool. That's about it for cosmetic work. Let's throw some wire in this thing, get a tank hooked up, get power hooked up, and see what happens. All right, so got the machine set up, got gas on it, it's all plugged in, wires fed. Got some scrap steel here on the table we're gonna weld up just to make sure it, well, see how good it does. So I have a piece of 1/4-inch plate and a piece of 1/2-inch plate we're gonna stick together here. So I'm gonna go to my charts, again, and I can't see nothing. Because I haven't used this welder before, so it's nice too because it comes with these codes. And I don't know if these codes will actually correlate to this machine or not because this machine was a 2008 or is a 2008 and I ordered these brand new. So I don't know if these are only for newer models. I don't know because these do look different than the old ones. But it's got to be real close. So we've got steel, solid, ER70S steel, 70%, 25%. That's what we're using. We're using a 35 thousandths wire diameter. And like I said, I got a piece of 3/8, I think it's 3/8 plate and a 1/4-inch plate. So we're gonna go try, we'll do a 26 and 475. So 26 and 475. Wrong way. Man, it's quick. I'm sure the more and more I use it, the more and more I'll be comfortable, you know, setting this thing up quickly. So we're going to try that for now. Wow, a little bit of splatter, but man, I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not, but yep, that definitely burns hot. You can actually see the heat transfer marks all the way out here, so it definitely burns hot. So, all in all, man, I consider that a win. Yep, maybe some nozzle dip and some spray maybe, but I think that's going to do it. All right, so that's going to do it for today's episode. Honestly, I like doing projects like this. It's fun for me. Take something old and nasty and, you know, a little bit of labor, paint, clean it up, make it look brand new. And then, I mean, honestly, look at it. The thing looks brand new. Now, with the background of the product, Miller, I mean, it's going to last. It'll last my lifetime for sure. And if not, we'll send it off to get repaired. It's not a big deal. So, yeah, literally, I've taken something that for $1,000. I think I got right at like $1,300 in it. I know I can put it on Marketplace tomorrow and get $3,000 for it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it in service on the 36. Floor pans and sheet metal. The sheet metal that I bought finally came in. Yeah, so the next episode we'll be diving into that for sure. Trying to get through the holiday, the weekends, the whole, New Year's and all that kind of stuff. So I just had this, parts came in and I wanted to get out there. It was a nice day today. So next time you see me, we'll definitely be diving into 36. So that's it for us. Thank you for watching.